Got it. Thank you so much. So, hello everyone. Welcome to this online workshop. I am Maruti Mohanty. I'm an happiness engineer at Automatic, but currently a full-time contributor to WordPress.org community and the training. This is my second workshop, and previously I did it on what's exciting stuff or new features on WordPress 6.8. And now that WordPress 6.9 is coming in less than 15 days, I believe, if my math is right. Not even 15 days, like seven, it's a 30 days thing. Yeah, 5 days. Yeah, to 5 days to be exact. So I thought it would be a great session to learn together how we can prepare for WordPress 6.9. So let's get started. First thing first, like I said, I'm an happiness engineer and currently a full-time contributor to the WordPress.org community and training sessions. And if you haven't already, feel free to say hi and where are you logging in from. And if you feel like, let us know what you are excited about WordPress 6.9 or WordPress in general. Okay, before we begin, couple of housekeeping stuff. This call is being recorded, and the recording of this online workshop would be uploaded to WordPress.tv. So, for any reason, if you had to uh, drop off, or you cannot complete the whole session, or you would like to rewatch it, the recording would be available in a couple of days. I'll also add the link to it in the meetup uh, link. So you can always go to it, or you can go to WordPress.tv and search for the title, and you'll find it there as well. And a couple of more things that if you have any questions, please share it in the chat box. And huge shout out to two of our co-hosts, Mohibul and Nurizaman, who would be helping us collecting the questions with any admin things that you would have, any questions. So huge shout out to them, and try and keep your mic on mute. And if for any reason you couldn't, we could do it. But if you have any questions for any reason, you have to unmute yourself to ask questions. Feel free to do that. But don't forget to mute yourself. So on that note, Moibul, would you like to take a minute to introduce yourself or say something?
Yeah, okay. Hello everyone. My name is Mohibul Haq. I am training team reps, and I'm really happy to see regular workshops are being organized in training team. And the purpose of training team is to teach and learn together. So once any kind of content is being created in training team platform, that is really helpful for us. And I would like to thank you, Maruti, for hosting, and Nuruzzaman for co-hosting the event. I had so many experience of hosting workshop and co-hosting as well, but this is the first time for Nuruzzaman as co-host. So I think everyone should uh, try to co-host events, because this will help you to understand the environment, how it works, and how we can host the events as well. So thank you, Nurujjaman, for taking the initiative, and I would love to help you and others who is really willing to co-host or host events. And I would love to know about 6.9, as this is a new version coming. So I hope we will learn a lot of things from this session. Thank you, Maruti. You can
Yeah.
keep continuing.
Yeah, thank you so much, Moibul. That's lovely to say. And you shout out to Nuruzman for sure. Thank you so much for helping us out here. Okay, moving on. Uh, the topic is all around, let's address the elephant here, which is WordPress 6.9. It is scheduled to be released on 2nd December 2025, which is 5 days from now. This is going to be the last uh, major release of 2025. And prior to this, there has been plenty of like three beta releases and three release candidates. So the last release candidate three was posted or was published on 25th of November. That was couple of days back. That's the one I would use to demonstrate some of the examples, how to do stuff, how to test things, and how can you set this up. This is a very light exercise that you can uh, use to test your WordPress site, plugins, themes, or anything related, or anything and everything related to your WordPress site. A couple of things that you can always look for this information in WordPress.org/news. You can also subscribe to it so that you can get updates, regular updates on that. So that's all for now. Moving on, there are four things that will majorly four things uh, that we'll talk about. The whole session is divided into these four things. Things to remember, there are few things that we'll talk about. This is kind of, I think, is necessary to talk about. This is a small bit of a slide of information, but this is something I believe we should always remember, kind of a rule of thumb before working or trying, or let's say testing new uh, versions or apps, or it applies to everything, but basically for your WordPress sites. And then we'll talk about some of the WordPress 6.9 features. This is mostly the visually thing, not on the back end or code updates. It's mostly which are visually available and different from the current 6.8.3. We'll talk about few of them, and then on the third part we'll test 6.9, that is release candidate 3. And also you four we'll talk about four different ways of testing it, and we'll try and touch at least three of them. I'll try and demonstrate three of them which we will try online, and then we will spare some time for questions and discussions. I hope the agenda is clear for now. So in the meantime, I am using three screens. So I have the questions or the chat up above there. So if you have any questions, please ask me right away. And if it is related to the part I'm talking about, I'll try and pick that up, or otherwise we will always try and address as many as possible towards the end of the session. Okay, moving on. Few of the things to remember before updating minor or major releases. There are few things which I think should be rule of thumb that we should always remember before doing any updates or any testing, which are take a full backup. If you are uh, following this workshop to test your sites, I will just recommend that you take a full backup. Make sure your PHP and server is compatible. If you have plugins or themes on your site, make sure they are compatible to the release version. It's mostly most WordPress plugins or reputed plugins which have regular updates. They have already made their plugins and themes compatible to the release candidate, but I'll still recommend testing everything on a staging environment or on a new test site. So testing it on a staging environment is highly recommended. That's something which I would also do. And last but not the least, try and make sure you have access to your recovery option. This is mostly if you have an hosting provider, they would have different ways to make sure you can recover your site. If even if it is a staging site, or if you are working on a site, if you break something, the hosting provider should have an option, or you should know that you have an option to recover your things. So I just wanted to share this with everyone. We should keep this as a rule of thumb and move forward with the next one. Okay. Then next thing that I want to talk about is WordPress 6.9, few of the features. Like we would talk about some of the highlighted features which are visually available for us to test it out, not something which is available under the hood, but something that is new to WordPress 6.9. And we will try and look into it. I'll try and demo a few of them. and then we'll also try it on different testing environment that I will try. I'll be demonstrating. So let's get started with the first one. The first one that I am really excited about is the notes feature. Uh, this is more or less like I've been saying that is like if you have used any of the Docs app, like let's Google Docs, you have a feature, an option to select part of the message and then write and comment on it, right? So that you can collaborate with a team and work on a particular project, blog, or let's say story or plans and everything. If you have a doc or you have a spreadsheet, you can comment on things. So we have a similar feature coming in 6.9. So if you have a blog, if you have a post on each block, you can select that block and add a note. And that note, anybody who has access to, like, let's say the author or the author of that post or the post will get a notification that this note has been added. This is similar to how whenever a comment is added to Google Docs, you get a notification saying this message has been added, and you can go back and reply. Similarly, you can go back and reply. You complete it, you're done, you can delete it. So this is a great way for team of people to like collaborate on a particular post or an project. So this is one thing that has come up that is coming up in WordPress 6.9, and this is really exciting. Moving on, the next one is okay. Okay, direct drag and drop. I know we have bits and pieces of this thing, but before I say more about it, let's watch a video of how this is going to work. Okay, the thing is like so far with blocks, you had an up and down arrow, right? You can always push your blocks up or down, but there was never a way to directly like select a block and drag and drop anywhere you want. This is a direct drag and drop that is available with 6.9. I'll be demoing I'll be demoing all these things. Uh, there are a few things, so I'll demo it on each part, and we can see how it works. And this is one thing that would really make a lot of life easier for the editorial part of WordPress. So this is something I am really excited about as well. Okay, okay. This was very long due. There is now an option to ability to hide blocks. So in your WordPress editor, uh, previously, if you would try certain things, and let's say it's half-baked and it is not complete, and you want to try it there, and you do not want it available on the front end, you can always hide it. So if you're working on it, or for some reason, uh, if you want to hide it, you have an option like on the toolbar, just select and go hide, and it would hide. It will still be in your editor, so which you can unhide, but it would not. And if you hide it and save any option, it's not available in the front end. So it's a great feature that's coming up in 6.9, and I'll try and demo this one as well. Okay. There are a couple of new blocks that are coming up with 6.9, time to read, accordion, and terms query. Time to read, we must have seen, all of us have seen this. If you have read blogs, news, or anything, you would see on the top, it says this many words or 2 or 3 minutes to read. So that feature is now available with WordPress 6.9. So it is a great feature if you are a blog, and this gives this an I really like it personally. I use it a lot if I read a lot of blogs. So and this kind of give works as a motivator for me. Like, I'm gonna give an example. In the morning, I start reading some blogs that are in the team and all, and I wanna see how long is that. If it says anything between 2 to 3 minutes, I go away, right, do that. Or otherwise, if it, let's say, take 10 minutes or something, I just keep it, put it in my to-do list for the later of the day when I have more energy and time to read through those blogs or news articles. So this is going to be a great game changer, I would say, to help people organize their stuff, their reading stuff. So this is great. It has two options. You can select the time range, like let's say 1 to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or the words it has, the blog. Next is accordion blog. It's really interesting. People used to do all those HTML stuff to let's say put an accordion. Now this block is available with 6.9, so it has made our life so much easier. And then there's a terms query block. It's like it suggests, you can use this query block to add terms to any page or post of your site. Okay, these are the few. These are the few things that's coming up in 6.9, but these are not the only things. There are a lot of things that are coming up under the hood, or editorial changes, API changes, um, uh, uh, there are security changes and a lot. So if you are interested, you can always go to wordpress.org/news and see the recent changes, and you can go to list of things that are available, and you can always look through the details. Next, we will be talking about testing 6.9. So there are mostly 4 ways you can do it. So before we go to that, there is another note saying that the version that I am going to demonstrate here is using WordPress 6.9 release candidate 3, which was published or released on 25th of November, that is couple of days back. Just a note that this version is under development. So please do not install it in your live site, production site, or any critical websites. Try and, like I said earlier, try and test it on your local environment, testing site, or staging environment, and not on any of your production or mission critical websites. Okay, that's it. Let's move on. There are 4 ways to do this testing. First one is using the beta tester plugin. So you can go to your WordPress plugin, add plugin, and then look for beta tester plugin, install it, and select these options. Now I'll just try and do that. So I have this 6.8 site, which, frankly speaking, I used for last online workshop. So you can see that it is on 6.8.3. And if you want to see the details, it is on WordPress version 6.8.3. And just so you know, I would be using the beta tester plugin. And once this has been updated, uh, it could be difficult to go back to 6.8.3. So make sure you are, again, like I'm saying, repeating myself, because it's really important that try it on a staging site. You can create a staging site, copy your current instance, and try this one. So beta tester plugin. Okay, how you can do this one is, again, just to tell you, there are 4 ways we will do it. Like, one is beta tester plugin, another is direct download. Here, for this, I will create a site on my local environment and test it out. There is command line tool that you can use to upgrade your WordPress version to 6.9 RC3. And then we have WordPress Playground. This is something we will just click on this link and we'll try one. So moving on to beta tester. So I hope the plugin is ready. This might slow down because I'm on Zoom and sharing my screen. But in the meantime, if you have any questions so far, just feel free to ask it in the chat box. Okay. I've activated the plugin. I'll go back to settings. Like it says, select. The command is like select the bleeding edge and channel and select beta RC only stream. So I'll go beta RC only stream, save changes. Now it says like perhaps you should head on over and upgrade now. So all the sessions are done. I'll just upgrade now. So it asks if I want to upgrade to version 6.9 release candidate 3. So yes to that. Okay. It's still doing that part. Okay. While it's still okay, it's taking longer than I'm expecting, but fine. Okay. I believe it's done. Yeah. WordPress 6.9 is it's updated to WordPress 6.9 release candidate 3. So we'll test a couple of things. Let's do uh what did I do the first one? Okay, notes feature. Let's try notes feature first, and then we'll try and do something other. Okay, let me see. Hmm. Okay, this is not in blocks, so I'll try and move save changes. So now you can see now this is my post. If I need to add note, you can click on these three dots on the toolbar and you can add a note here. So now you can see it is adding note for that. So next, let's say for the quote, which is here, if I need to add note, I'll just go ahead and say good one. Thank you. To publish. So this is something similar which we could have done, and this one would like now you can edit it, delete it, and the next person who is collaborating with you can come here and add their note as well. So it is a great feature for you as a team to work asynchronous. You don't have to rely on a third party app or Google Sheet or spreadsheet. You just have your notes. You can just comment on there and collaborate among teams. And I feel this is a great feature for someone who is working on a WordPress site and have a team member of team members who are working on a particular project, blog, or content, and this is a great feature that they can make use of. Okay. Similarly, let's say if you have WordPress plugin or themes, make sure that you have updated this and on using this beta tester plugin. Now the WordPress is 6.9, you can test your plugins and themes feature as well accordingly, like I am doing this one. So we have four things to talk about. So let's move on to the next one. Let me show you drag and drop, and then I will move on to the next way of testing it, which is like direct download. and then I'll test a few more things like, let's say, ability to hide. And on the third one, I'll try the new blocks. So direct drag and download. So let's do it on the same one. Okay, here. Now, if you just scroll over here, you can see there is a hand icon, right? Once you have that, you can just drag and put it there. So it's that easy. Like you have to use it to feel it. Like I can see how advanced it has come up. Earlier, we used to use this one just to move up and down. Now you can just uh, go here and paragraph. Yeah. So once you have that icon, okay, okay, okay. Okay, once you have that icon, you just can drag and drop it here. So this is really cool. This is really nice. Like here, if I want to put the image over there, I can do that. I just block something. I believe I put it in the middle of the content, but yeah, you can always do Control Z and move stuff. But like you get the point. Like what I was saying is like you can always move stuff with direct drag and drop with 6.9. Okay, now moving on. The next one is direct download. So here is the link. Like if you go to this particular link, which would I let me share, and you can find all this information in okay, and okay, you can find all this information in here as well. So I'll just copy that and share it in the comments as well so that if you are interested, you can, okay, okay. If you are interested, you can look onto those content as well. Like, so the next one is direct download. So what I'm going to do is I'll set up a new site, which is similarly like creating a setup. So I use a local development environment, so it would allow me to set up a new site. So similarly, you can go to that link, download the WordPress version, which is release candidate 6.9 RC3, and you can set up your site and test your new plugin. So for the instance could be if you want, if you are a plugin or a theme developer and you would like to test it on a fresh environment, you can do this. So I'm going to try and add a new site. If I, let's say, a site, my WordPress 6.9 RC3. Advanced settings, I have that option. Let's say latest, I believe the latest will get me 6.9 RC3. Let me add the site and we can try a couple of things that we talked about. Couple of features that we talked about on 6.9. We'll test it here. So it is set up. It is that soon. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I can confirm that the WordPress version that is added to this site is 6.9 release candidate 3. So now what I can do is I try and close this one so that I don't confuse myself. And this is a fresh build. So we are going to try the feature of ability to hide blocks. So let's try add a post. Let's say add a new post. Let's say test hide block. And let's add some lorem listen text. And if I don't know if I have any image here, this is a new one, so there won't be any image, right? And let's add an image. I use okay. Let's do that and publish it somewhere down in the middle. You can see that an image is. If I go to the new post, I can see that And one of the feature that I really liked about 6.8.3 was like you can select this image and you can set it as the featured image as well, which I really like. But let's say you want to hide this block. You can click on this and it will hide it. Save, click. Okay. Hmm. Yes. So this is, do not be confused. This is the featured image that is showing up on the top, but not this one. But just to make sure that this is the featured image, I'll just do this, save again, and we should see the image in the middle as well. So yeah, you can always hide it if you want to. Like, so this is one example, just an example. Like you can hide this block. Let's say you want to hide another one, you can do that. Yeah. So, and here you can always see all your blocks on the side in the list view, and you can see which ones are hidden and which are not. So you can just unhide them from there and save the option. So this is one feature. So this is another way where you can test 6.9. You can download it directly to your site and test it. And if you have a local development environment, you can do that as well. Let me see if there are any questions yet on this one. Nothing so far. So far, so good. So these are the two ways we could have tested this. And one third way is command line, way. There is no example for me to show it because my local environment doesn't support this yet, or I haven't set it that way. But if you're hosting allows you to update plugins, themes, or WordPress version, you can use this code like WP core update hyphen hyphen version 6.3 RC3. So this is the current version, latest version that is available. If you put hyphen RC2, it would update it to release candidate 2. So you can use this command line as well. So this is the third way you can upgrade your environment or hosting WordPress version to the latest release candidate 3 and test your site. So these are three ways. Uh, and and we have more options, which is the fourth way of doing it is doing it with WordPress Playground. So, but before moving to that, uh, just a couple of things. Like if you have any questions, let me know because we have like run through all of them. I thought there would be a lot of questions, so we would use that time here. But we have kind of have another 21 minutes, and I have only one slide to go with, which is demoing how to test it in WordPress Playground. So, so far, if you have any questions, please let me know.
I think you described it really well. So there is no question so far. Can move away.
Yeah,
Move on.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, glad to hear that, Mohibul. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
The last option is like there are four options. First one, beta tester plugin, which I believe is great if you have a setup where you already have a WordPress site, you have years of code, content, uh, custom plugins, custom themes, custom code, child themes. In those cases, just set up in a test environment or a staging site, and then uh, and then use the beta tester plugin to upgrade it to 6.9.3 and test all those customization, custom codes, plugins, and see how it is working. This is how you can prepare yourself. I would highly recommend that when the final major release is out, you need to test all this well. But this way you can prepare yourself. Like if you would have started it from beta version, you would be preparing yourself for WordPress major release. This is how mostly plugins, theme users, and major sites do work. I think we have a question here, so I'll try and see. Um, Vitali, if I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but the question they asked is the issue with testing is I have some amount of paid plugins and they don't work on a copy of my site. Yeah. Okay, I see. I believe you are mentioning about the licensing part. Is it that? Uh, in that case, maybe I have in the past when I was working with such environment, I would usually reach out to them saying like, "Hey, I would be using it on a testing environment, and more often or not, you won't believe they're happy to help you with it. Like they usually, with license, you have allotted it to a particular URL. You may download it and as it is in your test environment, that should work. Mostly, it doesn't allow you to work, add it to a live site, but test environment locally should still work. Or if you reach out to them, just let them know that you would be using it on a staging site. They might be able to help you out as well. Yes, I believe the license is, it's mostly the licenses are tagged with your site URL. So if you have license for one site, it mostly allows you to have those and then there. But basically how it works is like the functionality would still work for the plugin, but you won't get the support for it. This is how mostly paid plugin works, because of the GPL licensing and all the WordPress plugins and functionality should work, but you would get some notification about uh, support and all would not work. So I'll recommend reaching out to their support. In the past, I have done that. I've reached out them out saying, "Hey, this is a custom support URL." So they are okay with if you are not using some staging.com sites and all. They are okay with when they understand that you're testing on it. It should fine. It should work. Or I would recommend try and put it on your local environment, like I am doing it here, and see if that works. This just a recommendation, but the first thing is if this doesn't work, reach out to their support, and I believe they should be able to help you with that. Okay, moving on. The next one here is WordPress Playground. Hi, no worries. If you want to drop off, that's totally fine. We have this on record. So I'll be in a couple of days. I will be uploading this recording so you can watch the rest part of the online workshop there. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today and for your time. Okay. Moving on, the last part is like trying the 6.9 release candidate 3 on Playground instance. So, okay, let me do that. I'll copy that link and just use it here. So, this would get you to playground.wordpress.net with WordPress version 6.9. And if you are looking for information how to find those, I'll say you can go to something I shared. Okay, let me see. I'll tell you where I found all those links and you can find that as well. This is this link. Okay. You can go to wordpress.org/news. You can select the release candidate 3 and you can find all the information here. I'm talking about all these four things, four ways to test the release candidate 3 from plugin, direct download, command line, and WordPress playground. So here is the link that I clicked, which opened up this one. So now if I go to dashboard, and I can see the 6.9 version here. And like I said, so far we have tested notes feature, drag and drop, hide. Let's let's try a couple of things. Let's say the time to read block, accordion block, and the terms query block. This one won't have a lot of information. I'll just close the other ones because I find those confusing. But yeah, let's say I try and add a new post and let's call it lorem ipsum. Then this is something I have. It is in my like text expander. So whenever I need to test some content, I just add lorem ipsum. So it is there. Now let's say I want to add the time to read. You can just go to time to read. Now you can see the option is there are a couple of options that you can use. You can use the time range. You can display the range or just the 2 minutes. Uh, or you can just say the number of words. You have the features to like color it, let's say background and stuff. You can publish it and view post, and now you can see that time to read it. The option is there. Uh, this is one. Next, let's say accordion. Um, accordion title. Then the content is like let's say test one, test two. Then if you want another accordion, we should be able to do that as well, which is from here. After then accordion. Okay. Okay. Did I break anything? Okay, I have added it. Okay, okay, okay. Title two, let's say, and the content is let's say test three, test four. Let's save this and let's see how it works. You can just saying this is the bare skeletal version of things that you're seeing. These are the two accordion that I added, title one and title two, but you can style those as well. Now there are a couple of options that are available as well, like open by default and so on. So this is mostly great for using FAQ, frequently asked questions, part of your site or some other ways. But frequently asked question is something that comes to my mind whenever I think about accordion. But that's a very, very generalized or a sweeping statement, I would say. But you can use it for n number of cases. And now that I have defaulted to open, like you can see, the first one is open by default. I can close it, but the other one is closed by default. So this is available as well with 6.9, and I'm really excited that I don't have to use those custom HTML anymore. Moving on. Okay, I wanted to show another one, right? Yep, yep. Let's say the term query, right? Term. Okay, I keep messing it up. Okay, let's say I wanna do it after this one. Term query. Okay, this one. So you can do the count or just the name. So let's say do the count. So at this moment, this is a new install. I just as the default category is uncategorized and it has two posts. The first one is hello world and this is the second one. So you can do that as well. So it is great for creating those archive pages or category pages or custom category pages that you want to. So these are the three new blocks and more improvements are coming up, but these are the three that I am really excited about. So these are the few things that I wanted to talk about, and the final. Okay, okay. These are the resources which I have already shared with you in the beginning, and but for anybody who has joined us only now, I'll share it again in the chat. And just so you know, I'll be sharing the slides as well as this video in the uh, meetup link, the Learn Workshop meetup link. So I'll put it in the comments. So you can always, if you are trying to look for the slides or for the video. Once it is uploaded, I will add it there as well. So with that, this is all I had. All I had to talk about today. So if you have any questions, this is the time, and I'd like to answer any question that you have. Or if you don't have any questions, just let me know which of the four out of the four, which one do you think is more favorable for you to use to test it? Like if you want to test your WordPress site, which one do you really like to use? Like personally, my preference is Beta Tester plugin because it's lesser of a work than the rest of the things. And I like working on test environment, staging environment. I'm a big fan of working on staging environment, not on production. I'm not that adventurous. So I always try and set things up on a staging side. And this beta tester plugin gives me a way to like test it and use the different features. Okay, I have a comment. So let's say Michael says thank you. Yeah, pleasure is all mine. I'm glad that you found the demos and the new features exciting. I same here. Yes, I do believe the add note feature would be used a lot, especially if you are a team of people working on a particular site, project, or blog. This is a great way for you to collaborate async. This is uh, help us to collaborate in one place, which is the WordPress site, and not uh, be dependent on other apps or for say Google Docs. So this is a great feature as well, I believe, as well for us, and this is will only get better with the next version. So yeah, I'm really excited about that as well. Along with that, the ability to hide blocks, because this is something has been really due. I believe where I'm seeing next is the option to hide it in different screen sizes, which we would love to see it in the core. So I'm keeping my finger crossed to see how it is advances moving ahead. Yes. And by the way, thank you, Michael, for your comments and messages. Okay. We have kind of 6 minutes left, and I don't feel like we have a lot of questions. But in the meantime, if anything pops out, I'm just staring at it. So if anything pops out, I'll answer those as well. But thank you all. This wouldn't have been possible without you joining in always, and thanks for your questions, your comments, and special thanks to both of our co-hosts, Mahibul and Nuruzaman. Great round of applause for them and for always raising their hand and helping us with the workshops and online workshops. It is really great because without them, this wouldn't have been easier. And so they make my life a lot easier by fielding or wrangling those comments or questions in the chat while I'm presenting the session. So a lot of thanks to both of them this time. And with that, I would like to thank all of you for joining me today. And so I'm really excited about WordPress 6.9. And so maybe the next one I'll see and present in December something about what new things have come up in WordPress 6.9. So until then, bye bye and have a great rest of the day and week ahead. And maybe great end of November. And we're looking forward to the end of year as well. So I'll see you on the next one. So thank you so much for all joining and have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.